In this video, we're going to discuss the normative or reference data that's included in the app, as well as the injury risk rankings. Now, there are some limitations with this. Given we don't have data in every population, in every client type, for every different part of the body, we provide the best available data that we have at the time to you to help improve your decision making, give you somewhere to start with your reasoning with your particular clients. It's also a really good guide to be able to enhance communication and utilise with your patients and clients when you have your discussion around their results. But just be aware there are limitations that the data provided in the app may not be, or may be from a very different population to the particular client that you're working with. So how the normative or reference data is displayed in the app is often in little tiles or indicators. So you can see in the leg length percentage box there, we've got a left being high and a right being high. So this is saying the left leg is potentially a high need of an intervention or something to be done to it because the risk is a little bit higher than normal compared to what we see in the normative data. And then obviously the right falls into the same category. And so in this case, it's comparing to the norms we see in the normative data or the norm section there, where this particular reach on the Y balance test, the posterolateral, should be around 95 or more than 95% of someone's leg length. So when we compare the distance reached in this assessment to their leg length, they're falling at 70 and 75% of that, which is below the tolerance point of around 10% that we've allocated in the app for that. So again, this doesn't mean this is necessarily going to lead to someone getting injury or that we can predict injuries. It just gives you a starting point to be able to identify maybe some of the times where you want to be able to maybe make some modifications or try and improve these testing results to hopefully get some better long-term outcomes for the people that you're working with. So this will be shown like this in this data. It'll also be shown in other tests as above, average or below, meaning that the results are above average, they're average, or they're below average. And again, these tabs, they're often shown at the top of the screen, will give you some further indication where they sit compared to normative data as well. So again, this just highlights to you particular times where you might want to start to make some changes to the particular results that you're seeing. What we also see in the asymmetry bars, whether that's compared to the raw data or the asymmetry bars as a percentage, is we've got a green, we've got an orange, and we've got a red section. And what this allows us to do is the same thing. So green typically means they fall at less than 10% difference, or in this case, it would be less than 2 centimeters difference when we, less than 4 centimeters difference, sorry, when we look at the normative data that you can see there. Because this results 5 centimeters difference, they fall into that intermediate zone there in that orange category. Whereas, look, we potentially want to start to do something with this individual because they're falling outside what we typically expect or would like to see, which is less than 4 centimeters difference in their reach distance. Obviously, they're falling more than 6 centimeters, they'd move into the higher risk category there. So again, these are just reference points to give you some guide to start with and to start to flag things with you. Okay, as we learn more from the literature and research, as we continually update the app with the latest data, this will get better and better. And I'm really excited that hopefully we'll start to see over the coming years that this will improve significantly. I know at Matt, when we first started talking about objective data, utilising a data-driven approach back in 2014 now, so almost 10 years ago now, we weren't seeing any of this data there. There was very limited information and research, but it's come on leaps and bounds, particularly in the last 3 to 4 years, where we're really hoping to see some more meaningful data around lots of different patient and client populations to make your job easier and to help us all get better outcomes for the people we work with.